Hi class, welcome to Health 4308, Introduction to Biostatistics. My name is Dr. Palmer and I'll be your instructor for this course. In this video, I'm going to go over the course syllabus and also our Canvas course site. Let's take a look at Canvas. This is our Canvas homepage. You'll notice right here you can access our course syllabus. Down below is our course schedule, and we'll talk more about this in just a little bit. But let's take a look at the syllabus first. To open the course syllabus, you can click on the syllabus link right here, and then the file right here. Here's our course syllabus. At the top, you'll see my instructor information. Again, my name is Dr. Palmer. My office is in room 106 of the Kinesiology and Sport Management building. Here's my email. My email is the best way to get a hold of me. So if you have any questions regarding the course, please feel free to contact me via email. I'd prefer it if you could, in the subject area of your email, include our course title, Health 4308. That way I immediately know you're a student in my course. My office hours this semester are going to be by Zoom appointment only. So again, if you have any questions regarding the course, shoot me an email first and I'll try to answer your question via email. Or if it works better, we can set up a Zoom appointment to answer any questions you might have. This course is completely online using an asynchronous format. Asynchronous means that we don't have a set time when we'll meet for this course. The assigned tasks that you'll have each week, you'll do those on your own time, and the deadlines for those tasks we'll look at in the course schedule, where you can also find it at the end of the syllabus. Because our class is asynchronous, it does give you a little bit more freedom with this type of format. However, it does require you to be self-disciplined, especially considering this is a summer course. Because it's a summer course and the semester is condensed into 6 weeks, there will be multiple assigned tasks and a lot of information being thrown at you each week. So in order to be successful in this course, you do need to have some self-discipline. And you need to check Canvas and check it often, multiple times each week. That way you know exactly what's going on that particular week and you know what you need to do to complete. Here's our course description. You can read through this. This just explains what things are going to do in this class. Notice this last sentence right here. A lot of the examples and problems that I use in this course will be from sub-disciplines in kinesiology, including health and human performance. Health and human performance, that's my background. I've conducted a lot of research in this area. And so before we go any further, just a little information about myself. Again, I'm Dr. Palmer. I was born and raised in Kerrville, Texas. I got my undergraduate degree in kinesiology at Texas Lutheran University, which is a small school in Seguin, Texas. After TLU, I got my master's degree in physical education at Texas State University in San Marcos. And then after Texas State, I got my PhD in health and human performance at Oklahoma State University in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Because I got my PhD in health and human performance, it's probably no surprise looking back at this course description that a lot of the examples in this course will come from kinesiology with a special emphasis on health and human performance. I understand that this course is part of the public health minor, and so a lot of you are coming from different majors and disciplines across campus. But again, this course is offered through the Department of Kinesiology and Sport Management, so most of the examples that I give will be tailored towards kinesiology. But just keep in mind that a lot of the statistical methods and the analyses that we do in this class can be used by fields other than kinesiology. These statistical methods and analyses can be used and applied in multiple disciplines. So just because we're talking about a topic in kinesiology for a particular assignment, that doesn't mean we can't apply the things that we learn to other disciplines, including your own discipline in your field of study. So just keep that in mind. The textbook for this course is listed here. The textbook is recommended, not required. You don't have to purchase it in order to be successful in this course. For this course, I've provided in the PowerPoints and how-to videos all the information you need to be successful in order to successfully complete the assigned tasks. The PowerPoints and how-to videos will be posted on Canvas. I've done this on purpose so you don't have to buy the textbook to be successful. The course learning objectives and assessment strategies are listed here. You can read through those. Grading is right down below. We'll have a total of 8 quizzes, 5 points each, worth a total of 40 points. We'll have 6 assignments, 20 points each, worth a total of 120 points. And we'll have 2 exams, a midterm and a final exam, each worth 20 points. This brings all the assigned tasks for our course to a point total of 200 points. So there are a total of 200 points in this course to be had. Over here to the right is the criteria for grading, and you can see exactly how many points you need in order to get an A, B, C, D, and so on for the class. Also pay particular attention over here in this box. Take note at the very end of the semester when I'm giving you your final course grade, it may be a more specific grade than this over here. So for example, I may give you an A- or an A+, or a B- or a B+. So again, just keep that in mind that more specific grades may be given as your final course grade at the end of the semester. The course format, I've already touched on this. This course is an online course. You will access all the PowerPoints, videos, quizzes, assignments, and exams on Canvas. Again, I talked about this earlier that the online format for this course is asynchronous, which will require students to be self-disciplined and motivated. Students are responsible for keeping up with the course schedule and completing all assigned quizzes, assignments, and exams by the deadlines indicated in the course schedule below. We'll take a look at this course schedule in just a little bit. At the start of each week, I will send you a weekly email. I'll send this out to every student's university TTU email account. In these emails, I'll highlight the weekly tasks that you're assigned to complete, and you can find these tasks and their deadlines in the course schedule. Again, we'll take a look at that in just a little bit. In addition to the weekly emails, I will also provide you with weekly overview videos on Canvas. In these videos, I will briefly cover the assigned tasks that you'll need to complete each week. PowerPoints. PowerPoints will be posted on Canvas. These PowerPoints will be the primary means of instruction for the course. The content included in these PowerPoints will provide students with important information critical to their understanding of the course material. How-to videos will be posted on Canvas of me demonstrating certain statistical methods or procedures. These videos will include me completing practice problems. A lot of these practice problems are going to be similar or identical to the problems that you're going to be working in the assignments. So pay particular attention to these videos. These videos are here to help you successfully answer all the questions on the assignments. And not just the assignments. These videos may also help you answer questions on the quizzes and exams. So take advantage of these videos and the PowerPoints. They will help you to successfully complete assigned tasks in this course. Quizzes and assignments. Students will complete all quizzes on Canvas. Again, if you take a look at the first page, I talked about it earlier, there'll be a total of 8 quizzes this semester. Quizzes must be completed by the deadline indicated in the course schedule below. Once started, you'll have 15 minutes to complete each quiz. Each quiz will consist of 5 questions. These questions will be multiple choice and or true-false questions. Take note, the quizzes are not a group assignment. Each student is expected to complete the quizzes without assistance from others, so make sure you do your own work and we shouldn't have any problems there. For the assignment, students will download each assignment as a Word document from Canvas. Once downloaded, students will type in, highlight, or insert their responses to each question on the assignment. Students will use Microsoft Excel to answer questions on the assignments. Once you answer each question on the assignment, then you can save that assignment to your computer, and then you can upload it with your answers to each question to the designated assignment link in Canvas. I'll cover how to do this in the weekly overview videos. Just like with quizzes, assignments must be completed by the deadlines indicated in the course schedule below. Take note, there are no makeups for missed quizzes or assignments. If you fail to complete a quiz or assignment by the designated deadline, you will receive a 0 for that particular activity. The only exception to this rule is if you're unable to complete a quiz or assignment because of illness. Also take note here, look in parentheses, if you do become ill, valid documentation is required before you can make up a quiz or assignment. Exams. Remember, we have 2 exams, a midterm and a final exam, each worth 20 points. Each exam will consist of 20 multiple choice and or true-false questions. These exam questions will be taken from material covered in the PowerPoints, videos, quizzes, and assignments. Once started, you'll have 60 minutes to complete each exam. The exams are not a group assignment, so again, similar to the quizzes and assignments, each student is expected to complete the exams without assistance from others. So please do your own work on the exams. If a student is caught cheating or gets assistance from another student on the midterm or final exam, they'll receive a 0 for that activity. The midterm exam will be available for you to complete on Canvas starting at 8:00 a.m. on June 15th, 2026. To qualify for the total points on the midterm exam, and again, the total number of points for the midterm is 20, you must complete the exam with your answers to each question by 5 p.m. June 19th, 2026. The final exam will be available for you to complete on Canvas starting at 8 a.m. June 29th. To qualify for the total points on the final exam, which is also worth 20 points, you must complete the exam with your answers to each question by 5 p.m. July 2nd. There are no makeups for missed exams. If you fail to complete the midterm or final exam by the designated deadline, you will receive a 0 for that particular activity. The only exception to this rule is if you miss the exam because of illness, similar to the quizzes and assignments. The next thing on the syllabus is very important, the illness-based absence policy. If a student is unable to complete a quiz, assignment, or exam because of illness, they must notify the instructor by email before the designated deadline to make it up. Remember, valid documentation is required. Failure to do so will result in a 0 for that particular task. So for example, if you look at the course schedule on the final page, you'll notice that the deadline for completing assignment 1 and quizzes 1 and 2 is 5 p.m. June 5th. If you are unable to complete these assigned tasks because of illness, then you must notify me by email before the deadline, which is 5 p.m. June 5th, to be eligible to make up these tasks. If you don't email me before the deadline, then you can't make up the assigned tasks that you failed to complete, and you'll receive a 0 for these tasks. Please be aware of this and email me before the deadline if you're unable to complete an assigned task because of illness. Also, take note that students who miss 3 or more deadlines will be disallowed from making up any subsequent assigned tasks, or they may be dropped from the course. Excessive absences constitute cause for dropping a student. So if you fail to complete tasks by the deadline 3 or more times this semester, regardless of the excuse, you will not be able to make up any future assigned tasks, and I have the authority to drop you from the course. This is Texas Tech policy. Please be aware of this as well. Technical requirements for this course. To successfully complete this course, you must have access to the following hardware and software: a reliable internet source, preferably high speed, for accessing Canvas, Texas Tech email for communication with me, and Microsoft Office for the completion of assignments. Microsoft Office includes Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, and Microsoft Excel. You need a camera, microphone, and Zoom account for any virtual meetings with me. You also need Adobe Reader for reading any PDF files that I post on Canvas. Technical skill requirements. To successfully complete this course, you must be comfortable using Canvas, Texas Tech email, and Microsoft Office. Again, like I talked about earlier, for successful completion of this course, and in particular the assigned tasks, students will need to have a basic skill set using Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. Upon successful completion of this course, you will gain a better proficiency in using Microsoft Office, and in particular Microsoft Excel, when completing the assignments. Student expectations. Students are expected to log on to Canvas frequently each week. I touched on this earlier. Students are responsible for reviewing the PowerPoints and watching the how-to videos outlined in the course schedule. Students are also responsible for completing all quizzes, assignments, and exams by the designated due dates and times. Again, you can find these in the course schedule below. Students are expected to maintain an online environment conducive to learning, which includes being a good digital citizen. The following side includes basic rules for being a good digital citizen. Basically, what being a good digital citizen means is just being respectful. Be respectful to me, be respectful to one another, and we shouldn't have any problems. Technical difficulties. If you have any, IT Help Central is available for you. They can help you with E-Rater sign-in problems, browser errors, and/or technical difficulties. For technical assistance, please contact IT Help Central at this phone number here, or you can email them at this email address. Computer problems. A working computer is necessary for online work in this course. Computer problems will not be accepted as a valid reason for failure to complete course activities within the allotted time frame. Identify a second computer when the course begins that you can use if you experience computer problems. So that's a good idea. Maybe just to be on the safe side, identify a second computer as your backup computer that you can use to complete the assigned tasks each week if your primary computer fails on you. Server problems. When the Canvas server needs to be taken down for maintenance, a Canvas administrator will post an announcement informing you of the time and the date. If the server experiences unforeseen problems, I will notify you. And yes, this is true. So if we have unforeseen server problems with Canvas, if these problems persist, especially for a long period of time, then yes, I will notify you by email and we can make proper arrangements. Lost or corrupted files. Keep or save a copy of all your assignments on a jump drive or personal computer. This is very important. I mentioned earlier with the assignments that you'll save each assignment with all of your answers to each question on your computer. It's also a good idea, because you're going to be using Excel to answer questions on these assignments, to also save your Excel worksheet. So save both files to your computer, the assigned Word document with your answers and the Excel document that you use to answer assignment questions. In the event of any dispute or technological failure, the instructor may require may request or require you to resubmit assignments. So make sure you have those Word and Excel documents for each completed assignment saved in your computer. Communication. All questions pertaining to the course, including grades, may be discussed with me, the instructor, via Texas Tech email or by Zoom meeting. Again, to schedule a Zoom meeting, please email me first to request the day and time you would like to meet. And then if that date and time works for me, we can schedule a Zoom meeting. You can expect a reply from me, the instructor, within 24 hours on weekdays and within 48 hours on weekends. Again, I'm going to try my best to follow this here, so if you email me regarding a question in the course, you can expect a response from me during the week, Monday through Friday, within 24 hours. And then on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, you can expect a response from me within 48 hours. Please check your email frequently for announcements and updates from me. Artificial intelligence, or AI. AI is not permitted in this course. All work in this course must be completed without the use of any AI tools. Some examples are listed here. Again, AI is not permitted on any assignment, quiz, or exam in this course. Doing so may constitute a violation of academic integrity and may be referred to the Office of Student Conduct. Please email me if you have any questions regarding this AI policy. This next section right here is our department academic integrity policy. So for all courses in kinesiology, including this one, it's required that we include this in our syllabus. And so you can read through this here. Basically, it just talks about what I already hit on earlier, doing your own work, don't cheat, don't copy from another student, and that applies for all activities, including assignments, quizzes, and exams. Don't get assistance from other people, and we should be fine. The next items in the syllabus are links to the required and recommended policies for all Texas Tech syllabi, and so I'm not going to go through them, but you can follow these links and read through the corresponding policy statements at your own convenience. The last thing on the course syllabus is the course schedule. This course schedule is also posted on Canvas at the bottom of the home page. Take a look at the very first week. We have read the syllabus. That's what we're doing now. Watch the course intro video, which is this one here, and review PowerPoint 1. For week 1, because it's a very short week, just a day, May 29th, you don't have any assigned tasks that you have to submit on Canvas. Again, just read the syllabus, watch the course intro video, which is this one, and review PowerPoint 1. However, notice for week 2, you do have assigned tasks, assignment 1 and quizzes 1 and 2, that you'll need to complete and submit on Canvas. Again, if you look at week 2, it says review PowerPoints 2 and 3, and watch our first how-to video 1. Please review the PowerPoints and watch the how-to video on Canvas. These things will help you answer questions on the assignment and quizzes. For week 2, assignment 1 and quizzes 1 and 2 must be completed and submitted on Canvas by the deadline, which is 5 p.m. June 5th, 2026. For each week, the course schedule clearly shows the dates, modules, assigned tasks, and the deadlines for completing these tasks. Please be aware of these deadlines. Remember, if you fail to complete an assigned task or task by the designated deadline, you will receive a 0 for these tasks. Okay, I think that's it for the syllabus. Remember, the best way to contact me for any question regarding the course is via email. My email can be found on the first page of the syllabus. Real quick, let's take a look back at Canvas. Again, this is our home page. This is where the syllabus icon is. You can access the syllabus at any time right here. Down below, again, is the course schedule. This is the same course schedule that we just looked at in the syllabus. Review this schedule carefully. It has all the assigned tasks and their deadlines for completion. Let's take a look at the modules. I've got our course broken down into weeks. So for example, for the first week, you can look under week 1, and I've got everything that you need to do for this week right here. I've got the objectives for week 1, an overview video, and the PowerPoint 1. Remember, the syllabus and course intro video can be found on the home page on Canvas. If we look ahead at week 2, again, it has everything that you need to do for this week right here. PowerPoints 2 and 3, how-to video 1, assignment 1, and quizzes 1 and 2. Everything that you need and are responsible for is listed right here under each respective week. I think this format should make it easy for you to follow along throughout the semester. Remember, with the overview videos, watch these videos at the beginning of each week before you do anything. These overview videos are of me covering the objectives and the assigned tasks that you need to complete for that week. Similar format for the remaining weeks, weeks 3, 4, and 5, and 6. You can see those right here. The objectives, overview videos, PowerPoints, how-to videos, assignments, exams, and quizzes can be found under each respective week. You'll notice at the beginning of the course, I will only have week 1 open. As we go through the semester, I'll open up additional weeks. So for example, the first week, week 1, will be accessible to you the first week, which is technically one day, Friday, May 29th. And then after week 1 is completed, I'll open up week 2. And then week 2 will be available for you to access the following week from June 1st to June 5th. And afterwards, I'll open up weeks 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you won't have access to all the weeks at the very beginning of our course, just the first week, and then it'll be a process where I open up additional weeks as we progress through the semester. If we go back to the home page, you can see my instructor information. You can see a picture of me, smiling face there, and you can see my contact information, including my email. To conclude, I'm very excited about this course. I'm excited to be your instructor this semester, and hopefully you're excited about taking this course. Again, I'm going to try to make this course as practical as possible using kinesiology-related examples. We're going to be using Excel to answer questions on the assignments. Regardless of what discipline you're in, whether it's kinesiology or another field, Excel is a program that you can use in your future career. I truly believe that after you complete this course, you will have a better proficiency with Excel. You can use some of the things that we learn in this class, whether it's Excel or statistics, beyond this class. You can use it out in the real world, in your job, in your field, in your discipline. And so just because this course is within the kinesiology department and the examples I give are kinesiology related, doesn't mean that the things we learn in this class can't be applied to other fields and disciplines. So just keep that in mind. All right, that's it for me. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me and I'll try to respond back to you as soon as possible. I hope you have a great day. Until next time, bye-bye.